this is Maths Set 5, question 1. The ratio of Tom's money to Sam's money is 4:5. So for Tom to Sam is 4:5. Okay. When Tom spends $9, the ratio of Tom's money to Sam's money becomes 2:7. So Tom to Sam for the second set of ratio is 2:7. Now we have said this many times, the ratio are different. Okay, we cannot compare them outright. What we can find is something similar that we can compare to. Now in this case, Tom spent $9, so Tom actually spent some money, but Sam did not. Okay, so in this case it's quite clear that Sam is the one that should remain the same. So these two should remain the same. How do I make them the same? This ratio set times 7, this ratio set times 5. So what do I have? 4 times 7, 28 is to 35, and here I have 10 is to 35. So Sam has become the same. So what's the difference? 28 units minus 10 units equals to 18 units. What does this 18 units represent? This 18 units represent the amount of money that Tom spent, which is $9. So 1 unit is $9 divided by 18, which will give you 50 cents. Okay. Now that's not the end. How much money did they have at first? So add together 28U plus 35U equals to 63U. Okay. Then 63U is equals to 50 cents times 63 equals to $31.50. That's the answer. Okay. So they had $31.50 at first. That's it. Question 1 done. Okay. Next, question 2. Okay, another quite simple question. Richie owes 60% of the shares in the company. So Richie to Gates. Why? Because it says here Gates owns the rest. So Gates. Okay. 60:40. Okay, that's my ratio for the first set. Okay, let's continue reading. After investing $80,000 more money into the business, Gates now owns 52% of the shares in the company. How much money did Gates invest in the business altogether? So this is before, and then I have another after. In this case, Gates have 52%. Now if you have 52%, the total should be the same, because regardless of what happens, the total percentage of the ownership of company has to always be equals to 100%. Okay, without fail. Okay, so in this case, total has to be 100 as well. Okay, so in this case, Richie will be 48. Okay, now when we look at this, can we say total must be the same? That means we just take this and we work it out. Reading the question, you realize that it will not make sense if you do that. Why? Because somebody invested the same amount throughout and it didn't change, and that is actually Richie. Richie amount did not change. The total, we take it as 100%, but they are not the same. We cannot compare them equally because they do not represent the same thing. So in this case, this 100% represent the original amount these two people have, correct? And this 100% represent the amount that Richie and Gates contributed. On top of that, another 80,000 from Gates, as the question has stated. So this 200% is different. Okay, so based on this, let's simplify it to make our life easier. 60:40, it becomes 6:4. Simplify further, 3:2. 48:52, simplify. What do I get? Okay, I can divide it by, let's try by 2 first. 24:26. Further simplify, 12:13. Okay, so it's 12:13. So what do I know? I know that Richie has to be the same. So in this case, I should make these two the same. So in this case, times 4, this set times 4, I have 12:8. Okay, now, so I have pretty much solved my question here, because 8 units becomes 13 units. In this case, it will be 13U minus 8U equals to 5U. 5U is represented by the new $80,000 that Gates invested. 1 unit is $80,000 divided by 5 equals to $16,000. Okay, so what one unit is $16,000. They ask the question, how much money did Gates invest in the business altogether? So altogether he invested 13 units. Okay, so 13 units is $16,000. Remember, once you start using the units, all your working have to show the units. Okay, 13 equals to my trusty calculator, 16,000 times 13. I have $208,000. So Gates invested $208,000. Question 2 done.